second grade, we have another addition strategy to go over with you today, and that is how to make a 10. Now, this should look really familiar to all of you from first grade. This box right here is called a tens frame, and you probably saw it a lot last year. So this should be a review for you guys. What we want to remember about a tens frame is that the top row has 5 boxes, and how many are on the bottom, Ms. Marquardt?
Well, if the top has 5 and it's a rectangle, it must mean that there's 5 on the bottom too.
Yep. The top and the bottom are the same. So 5 boxes on the top, 5 boxes on the bottom, 5 plus 5 is 10. So the way Make a 10 works is that we are given part of an addition problem, and there's a blank here, and we have to figure out what goes in this missing space. So if you notice, the first part of our problem is 3. 3 plus something equals 10 because this is a tens frame. They have written down or drawn in 3 circles to fill in 3 of our 10 boxes because there's a 3 here. In order to figure out the missing number, all we have to do is count the blank boxes. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 plus 7 equals 10. Let's look at B. This one is blank plus 5 equals 10. There's something a little special about this one. Ms. Marquardt, I noticed that the whole top row is filled in. And you told me how many squares are on the top row. What did you say?
There were 5 on the top row.
And you also told me that the bottom row is exactly the same, which is what?
5.
So, Ms. Marquardt, if there are 5 on the top, how many are on the bottom?
There must be 5.
Yes.
And I didn't even have to count each one.
Didn't. You just knew it by looking at it. So if we have 5 circles here, that goes with this 5. The missing number must be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because the whole row is blank. 5 plus 5 equals 10. I'm going to challenge you, Ms. Marquardt, and I'm going to see
Ready?
if you can figure out how to use that strategy to solve this one. And I'm going to give you some hints, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, and remember when we talked about like yesterday and the day before that the equal sign could be at the beginning or the end, and it doesn't change the problem.
Yeah.
So even though it says 10 equals, it's still going to be a regular addition problem.
Okay.
So 4 plus something equals 10. They have already written down 4 circles here. We need to count the blanks. Now you could go the easy way. I mean, maybe not easier. You could go one way and just count all of them.
Yeah.
Or, Ms. Marquardt, you could use what you know about the whole bottom row being 5 and then add that extra blank.
Okay.
What do you say?
Well, if the whole bottom row is 5, I don't have to count them individually. I just know it's 5, and then plus 1 more would be 6.
Good job. Let's see if you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You did it. All right. So now you guys know a trick to do as well.
That was a lot easier.
It really was. It saved you a lot of time. Let's look down here. Our next tens frame is completely blank. They didn't write any circles for us at all in here. So we're going to have to do the circle writing on our own.
Okay. Mrs. Grant, do we have to draw circles?
That's a really good question. No.
Oh.
You could put X's in here if you want. You could put smaller squares.
Because when we did make a model, it was easier to just draw X's.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. How about I
Okay.
draw X's in this one just to make it easier?
Cool.
All right, cool. So I'm looking for 2 plus something equals 10. I'm going to take the number that I know, 2, and I'm going to fill in 2 boxes. Ms. Marquardt, what am I going to do to figure out the missing number?
Well, I know that there's a trick. So you could know that there's 5 blank boxes down here and count the rest, or you could just count them individually.
Okay, I'm going to use your trick of knowing this whole bottom row is 5, so I'm going to start with 5.
Okay. 5,
6, 7, 8. And just to check my work, to show you guys that my trick works, I'm going to count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Never fails.
Pretty cool.
I think you're ready to do a couple on your own.
Okay. All right, so the next problem is 6 plus something equals 10. I want to use X's like you did because that's easier.
Yeah.
And I know that I need to draw 6 X's.
Yes.
So that's going to be the whole first row. And then plus 1 more, which is 6.
Well, I'm going to slow you down a little bit because
Okay.
you did the first part of it correct, but we don't fill in that number on the missing spot. So I'm going to erase that for you really quick. And I want you to remember the blank space is filled in with how many blank boxes are left over.
That's right.
Yeah.
I switched them by accident.
Yeah.
So really, it should be these boxes down here. Well, I could count them individually, or I could think that it's almost a full row except for one of them. So instead of it being 5, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
So 6 plus 4 equals 10.
Good job.
Okay.
Want to try the last one?
I think I got it now.
All right.
So we have 9 plus something equals 10.
Mhm.
So I need to make 9 X's. Wow, that's going to be a lot, Mrs. Grant.
It is.
In fact, it's almost the entire tens frame.
Yep.
Only one of them is left blank, which means that has to be my answer.
It is.
So 9 plus 1 equals 10.
Great job, Mrs. Marquardt. That was
Thank you.
amazing. And you guys are going to do great as well.